Please subscribe and click on the notification button so you could get our latest news. Happy listening.
Breaking news. Attempted stowaway on aircraft. Arrested at Lagos airport. A man in his 20s who attempted stowed away into the whirlwind of Air Peace Owerri-bound aircraft has been arrested at the Lagos airport. According to the airline spokesman, Stanley Olisa, the young man emerged from the bush along the runway of the airport and tried to gain access into the whirlwind of the aircraft as it was testing for takeoff. Olisa said the pilot in command of the aircraft was alerted of the development by another pilot of a private jet who informed security personnel attached to the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FANI, who whisked the young man away. In a statement on Friday, Air Peace said this morning at exactly 9:10 at the MMA-1 Lagos, an Owerri-bound Air Peace aircraft flight PA-7252 was testing away the threshold of takeoff when a young man in his 20s emerged from the bush along the runway and tried to gain access to the aircraft through the whirlwind. Though there was a private jet behind the aircraft, the pilot in command of the private jet informed the Air Peace pilot in command that a young man, obviously in his 20s, was trying to force his way into the aircraft. The security wing of the Federal Air Authority of Nigeria was alerted and the man was accosted and whisked away. He is currently in the regulatory custody. When interrogated on why he took the action, the man stated that he was thought the aircraft was headed overseas and commends Airfan for his timely intervention. The regulatory is already investigating the incident. Air Peace remain committed to the safety of its customers and will continue to demonstrate this commitment in all aspects of its operation. At Air Peace, safety is at the heart of what we do. Hello, fellow Nigerians. This is actually a sad story. It's just because of the situation of the country that it looks like getting into an aircraft is a big deal. In developed countries, it's not so much of, money to get an aircraft to go, for instance, let's say in Europe, from say Italy to Spain, is not so much of money. And every 16 years old and above can afford it. The young man in question said he thought the aircraft was leaving from Owerri, traveling abroad. What a situation. That's to tell you the current state of Nigeria. That young men, viable young men, intelligent, hardworking, are just looking for greener pastures by any means necessary. Tell me, if our country was in order, if he had something he was doing, he was occupied, he was probably in education, business, and the education looks promising. There is a job awaiting him by the time he finishes his education. Will he be attempting to get into an aircraft, risking his life? Supposing he was not seen and he fell from that height. People, this happened a few months ago. It was in the news in Europe when they said a man from one of the African countries fell down in London Heathrow Airport. He fell like an ice block. What happened? He was working with the airline, and he had already prepared. He knows that particular airline was traveling to Europe, and when they investigated, they saw that he had stored food into the compartment where the wheels folds in by the time the aircraft takes off. But guess what? He did not put into consideration that coming down to Europe, the terrain is different, the climate is different, and they go into a more higher altitude. He froze to death, people. Our African brother froze to death. Now look at what our brother is saying from Owerri. He thought the aircraft was traveling abroad. This is the fault of our government. Please subscribe, leave a comment, click on the notification button so that we can discuss these issues. Why we're putting this in air is so that our message, our words, our cry can go out to the ends of the nations of the world. And strong nations that could call Nigerians to caution, bring them to order, at least put things in order, can look into the matter. Here is another attempt of somebody's son, brother, trying to leave the country. We must wake up, Nigeria. We must wake up. Thanks for listening and have a good day. Bye.